Testing 1, 2, 3, guys. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Vencabot, Pizza and Movie Action. My name is David. Guys, we're watching Sherlock Holmes films tonight. We're watching 4 of the 14 films of the 1940s Sherlock Holmes film series. Apparently, this was a very iconic series back in the day. It's the 007 of its day. It was kind of like the Marvel movies of their day. Kind of like a cinematic universe of 14 films following Sherlock Holmes and his adventures. We just watched the first public domain film of the series, which is called Sherlock Holmes and the Secret Weapon. It was the 4th film in the series, and one of 4 that are public domain. We're going to watch the other 3 starting now. This is The Woman in Green, sort of like a film toward the very end of the series. This is the 1, 2, 3, the 4th from the end. Then we're watching the remaining 2, the last 2 in the series. We're missing one in the middle there. But this is The Woman in Green. The last film was so sick. These are all about an hour long each. They're kind of short films. But it felt so much longer, man. The directing was really on point. It really felt very epic and very... lots of things happened in the movie. Lots of back and forth, lots of traveling, disguises, punching, everything you could possibly want. We're watching everything, Katie. We're watching them all right now. We're watching 3 now, starting now. 3 of the final 4, including the last 2. So we have this one here, The Woman in Green, then one that's still copyrighted, and then Terror by Night and Dressed to Kill, the last 2. So we're going to kind of wrap the series up here tonight. Let's get started, guys, without further ado. This is Sherlock Holmes, The Woman in Green. The last film was super awesome. I was really impressed by it. These films have all been restored beautifully. Shout out to the people that put in all this effort for these public domain films, knowing they couldn't make that much money off them because they are freely available in the public domain. But, dedicated, film buffs and film lovers have gone through and made these films look great. They're almost 80 years old now. What's up, EDL? 3 Stooges, huh? Are they public domain? That'd be sick. I know a couple of them are, but not that many, I don't think. Black and White Cut West is so good. The Woman in Green. Hilary Brooke, Henry Daniel, Paul Cavanaugh, Matthew Bolton, Eve Amber. It's a sexy name. Bertram Milhauser. Yeah, John Goodman in this. What was her name? Eve Amber? That's not kind of evil. That's why I like Chicken. I never once dated a woman that was evil. At least a little bit. Got my pepperoni pizza here.
I won't forget that morning, not if I live to be 100. I counted the men as they marched out of the yard. They'd hardly slept for weeks. We of the CID had slept even less, but the nightmare that kept us awake was all the same nightmare. That's why we weren't surprised when the commissioner asked us up to the conference room for a bit of a talk. He'd talked to us plenty, we knew that. It didn't help any to know what was ahead of us.
Ted Von Hammer.
Must we have that window open, Gregson?
Oh, shut it if you want to.
Chief will be in enough of a temper without having a ruddy blast down the back of his neck.
Gentlemen, the commissioner.
Stuffy
This
in
little
here.
dude. Nah.
Be seated, won't you?
Is it anime glimmer in a classic
Gentlemen.
now? Did I imagine that?
If you wish to know what able men you are, read any of the works of popular fiction that glamorize your achievements, but don't, I beg of you, read the daily papers.
Oh my god.
They might give you an inferiority complex.
Oh my god.
I hate to mention it, but we're confronted with a series of the most atrocious murders since Jack the Ripper. And in the meantime, the CID might as well be playing at shove-halfpenny for all the good we've accomplished. Now look.
I'm gonna raise it on a little bit, guys. Just a little bit.
Here, here, and here. Each of these red flags scattered through the city stands for a woman brutally murdered, a woman's terror, a woman's death agony. These are no ordinary crimes. These are the works of a fiend who kills first and mutilates afterwards. A ghoul who hacks off a part of his victim body and carries it away with him. A loathsome souvenir of his butchery.
Jesus.
3 women murdered so far, and you haven't turned in one clue. You haven't given me one lead. here you sit and wait for news of a fourth victim.
Katie.
With your arms folded.
Oh my god.
Well,
got called
we
me out
hadn't
particular.
long to wait. It was down Lambeth Way where a young woman was hurrying home late.
No!
She saw something and stopped. It was a constable. He spoke to her and he walked along with her, just in case.
I don't trust this dude.
He saw her go down the stairway to the basement lodging where she lived. We can only surmise what happened after that.
Rest in peace. Look at that cool shot they showed of him waiting in the house. Now, where's your mace? Kick him the balls!
I put my pride in my pocket and went to see the man
Use
who
your
so
Zumba,
often
girl.
helped out Inspector Lestrade and myself in the past. Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
What good is all the Zumba?
If ever a man needed help, I did.
We got Sherlock Holmes in the case now, though.
This makes 4, Inspector.
Damn.
4 defenseless women here in the heart of London.
And everyone with the right forefinger hacked off.
Not hacked, Inspector Gregson. Cleanly, expertly severed. The work of a skilled surgeon. That's our only clue.
Much about the age of my sister's girl. Is there no way of stopping this, Mr. Holmes?
Yes,
Look at this man's fucking hat.
there's a way somehow. The fiend that did this. I promise. I promise.
We've nothing to go on, that's the rotten part of it. We can't get far without knowing the motive.
Well, at least we know what the motives were not. It wasn't robbery, nor passion, thanks be, nor yet vengeance. Because they all came of totally unrelated families. Steady, Inspector, steady.
Damn, he's fucked
Sorry,
up.
Mr. Holmes. I don't turn a hair when it's a bloke that can look after himself. A little slip of a thing like that.
Yes, it's horrible. Come on, let's get a drink.
What? That's sexist, bro. Watson feeling the weight of this case already. That's not only as Watson. That's some other rando. He's an inspector somebody. I hope Watson's here. I hope it's the same guy. This is much later in the series. That Watson we saw earlier was so sick. They're all Watson. Maybe right, Katie.
Good evening, Mr. Holmes. Good evening, Vincent. Whiskey and soda, please, and a double for my friend here, Inspector Gregson.
Very good, sir.
Inspector
Make
Gregson.
mine Irish. Decent of you to give me a hand with this thing, Mr. Holmes.
Always a pleasure to be of help to Scotland Yard, Inspector.
Little out of my line, looking for a maniac who murders just for the fun of it.
Or perhaps just to get a human finger. In all 4 cases, the murderer risked capture by stopping to secure a finger. What for?
Who knows? He's just a madman.
Perhaps there's method in his madness. If we could just trace those
His name
missing
was Dr.
fingers, see?
Watson.
If we could
His
just
name
drag the
was
English
Dr.
channel, we
Watson.
might find a penny. Huh?
Oh, thank you. You may keep those, Mr. Holmes. Thank you.
Sir George Fenwick, isn't it?
Yes.
Is that his daughter with him?
Don't be so naive, Inspector.
Oh!
You, darling.
Well, hardly. A week ago, I didn't know you.
That writing is so strong.
How fast it's gone.
Was that his daughter? Don't be so naive.
I collect these things.
How very quaint of you.
Shall we go?
Yes.
Damn, fucking roast, girl. Jesus, how about that's cool?
What are you looking at, Mr. Holmes?
But no. She's like, oh, yeah.
Looking at a very handsome woman. Not drawn to the purple, but giving an excellent imitation.
Would you like to come to my flat for a nightcap?
So
Lovely
good cut was
idea.
it? So good.
Yes, isn't it?
Wonder where she's taking Sir George Fenwick.
Don't be so naive, Mr. Holmes.
Oh my god. The nightcap, Katie. That Jimmy cap. I can't believe how good this film looks. Holy fuck, guys. It's 1946. Look at the restoration. It's like watching it brand new. Uh-oh! Got a loose brick there? Trying to kill somebody with that? Or am I overthinking this? It was just loose bricks are just how you did it back in the day in London. Yeah, sure enough. They're like, yeah, whatever, just loose brick. No big deal. Got my Sherlock on, guys. See, I'm like, oh, loose brick? Oh, what's going to happen with that? Nothing. Nightcap? What a class way to say bang me. Want a nightcap, bro? Yeah, sure. A penis nightcap. Sherlock has solved the mystery of what's going on in his pants. Exactly.
Any messages?
The case of the engorged trouser snake solved again. She's like,
drinks, Crandon.
another gentleman, milady.
Yes, Mum.
I say, you don't mean that...
Crandon's a marvel, aren't you, Crandon?
Yes, Mum.
You wouldn't believe the things she can do.
Ah, charming place. Delightful.
Really? Do you think so? I'm so glad. Do sit down. Do you mind?
Do I mind? What a question. I don't mind anything, really. Except not being with you.
Now, you really don't want me to believe that, do you?
Not too seriously.
Good. We're both quite grown up, aren't we?
Quite.
I ain't never trying to fucking date no grown up, dude. You could be fucking 45, you better be a little kid at heart.
You're a treasure.
She's like, oh yeah, enough of this fucking cutesy talk, alright? We're both adults here. I'm like, girl.
And lower the lights a little as you leave.
This is my fucking personal time. I ain't trying to be all grown up.
I prefer a more flattering light.
In any light, you'd be...
Would I?
Uh-oh.
And don't you know it?
She's crazy.
Perhaps I do.
She's crazy. It's a Bope. This is a 1940s movie. Children at heart, Brian.
Oh, that priceless woman. You wouldn't believe it, but she's absurdly romantic. She loves dreamy music, and she thinks that we...
But we do, don't we?
Do we?
Well, it's rather soothing, restful.
Yes. And we all need rest at times. Like tired children who played too long.
Yeah, I don't trust the chick. She's freaking me out.
Played with wooden soldiers, I suppose.
Funny. Hadn't thought of that for years.
Toy boats were my special joy. Anything I could set afloat anywhere. Like this. And this. Toy boats sailing into the Never Never Land.
With human fingers on them? You crazy bitch?
Look, odd, isn't it, how the light is reflected? Little specks of light that move and move. Like stars on a slowly moving stream.
That's a cool special effect.
You know, Holmes, I'm very sensitive to atmosphere.
No?
Yes, I can tell by the feel of this room there's been a murder committed here.
It may interest you to know, my dear fellow, it was the other side of that door at the foot of the
Is this
stairs.
the same guy, or does he sound exactly the same?
If only I could
That's what I was thinking,
find
KB.
it.
Find what?
Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat.
The one thing these unfortunate victims have in common that might give us a motive for these murders. There must be something.
Another Jack the Ripper, if you ask me, a homicidal maniac.
No, Watson. In the case of Jack the Ripper, there was one thing in common. His victims were all from one walk of life, living in the same section of the city. In this case, the murderer chooses his victims from all
Exactly,
walks of
Bofus.
life
Fucking
and
bored,
from
Bofus.
different sections of the city. No, my dear fellow, this is not the work of a homicidal maniac. It's something infinitely more sinister.
Give me the creeps. What on earth are you talking about?
Watson, I'm convinced that these murders are only incidental to some larger and more diabolical scheme.
That may be, but why the severed fingers?
The answer to that question, my dear fellow, is our only hope of solving these mysteries.
Dear sister, I am so happy. I had such a lovely holiday at Brighton with you and Alf. And I'm looking forward to being with you again. Poor little thing. Sort of raises a lump in your throat. I can picture her sitting here happily writing this letter. And I'm not bit realizing that she's shortly going to her death. Hello? Gregson.
This is the Sherlock Holmes book. This is watching Sherlock Holmes films in the 1940s. They were a 14-movie-long series.
Oh, there you are, Mr.
Watching
Holmes. I've
4 of
been
them. This is our
for you.
second one of the night.
What's happened?
Murder in Edgeware Road, not half an hour ago.
Woman?
Yes. And the right forefinger cut off clean.
Rest in peace. And how is my dear fellow doing on this fine evening? Quite well, Bofus, quite well. I have this amazing pizza. So I was getting framed? That lady get killed? I hope not. She creeped me out, but she got warm to her when she did the little thing with the little floating little lotuses, where the hell they were. She had a hidden romantic side. She was kind of insecure about it, clearly. She had this complex about, you know, being extra mature. And he's like, lady, we went to them for a week. You got me drunk. I'm sorry, that's my my alarm. Let me see if I can pause this, guys. 1 second. I'm gonna do like this. That was my alarm, guys, to let me know that it's time for us to open up our plug channels on the video game club and the anime club on our Discord server. Let me bring us back up here. I'll do that when the stream's over. Join our anime and video game clubs, guys, on Discord. Vencabot.com. I'm still waiting for it. Seems like this is a riddle that only a large amount of morphine will solve. Probably is.
All about the murder. Piper, horrible murder. Another young woman found murdered, Piper said. Horrible murder, Piper, Piper, read all about it. Get your Piper, murdering Edgware Road, horrible finger murder.
They print out papers fast in the day, dude. There's no that in those old movies. Is that just movie magic, or is that actually how things were back in the day? So he did get home after all. This is his place, it's like.
Only fancy, Mum. There's been another of those horrible murders.
So she's still alive.
Dear, dear, how shocking. Yes, Mum. I really don't feel quite safe here myself. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. It's like I'm calling the very next morning. What a desperate... Dude, that's not the tech, dude. Call her in the evening.
Why, Sir George?
I must see Miss Marlowe at once.
I don't know if she...
I must see her. Where is she?
I get fucking booty called over, and
Why, Sir George?
next morning he's all kicking the door down.
What is it? What happened?
I don't know. You'll have to help me. You've got to help me.
But I don't understand.
Listen, I woke up a few minutes ago in a cheap boarding house off Edgware Road. I don't know how I came there. I don't know when. The last thing I remember is being here with you.
Calm yourself, Sir George.
When did I leave here?
Well, it was about, It was 10:45, Mum. Precisely.
Whoa, suspicious,
you seemed,
dude.
Forgive me. Just a little distressed. Detached. Not interested. I thought I'd said something to offend you.
I don't remember.
Alternate personality? I'm saying, Brian.
I can't remember.
Tell me, has this happened to you before?
He's got a cigar box full of fingers, dude.
Before?
Well, there is
Hooked up
such
in a
thing
bonnet
as
rash.
amnesia, you know.
If it was 10:45 when I left you, it was 9 this morning when I woke.
Think so, Brian? That's a spoiler? What if you're right?
Over 10 hours lost. 10 hours that I can't account for. And in my pocket when I woke, I found... Yeah, in my pocket.
Oh! Brian, you literally called it.
Oh, it's not for you, of course.
Brian said, can you tell me why I have a finger in my pocket?
Excuse me, Mum, but there's a man asking to see the gentleman.
Send him away.
Yes, Mum.
No, please. I'll see him.
Who does she look like, that lady? She looks so familiar.
Well? Delightful room. Not much like the place you woke up in this morning.
Who the hell is this guy?
You followed me here?
Yes.
Pamela
Are you
Anderson?
a detective?
Oh, no.
Maybe a little bit. I'm thinking maybe
Right,
Britney Spears-ish.
Don't be afraid,
Similar
Sir George.
features-ish.
You know my name?
Oh, yes. A very old and highly honored name.
And being the bearer of such a name, and also a very wealthy man, I thought you might care to possess yourself of this trifle. Rather than let it fall into the hands of the police. It is yours, if I'm not mistaken. The initials, GF.
Where did you get this?
It came out of your pocket. I saw it fall, but you never noticed. You were very busy, bending over something with a knife.
Oh my God.
Then you put something in your pocket.
What's in the pocket, bro? What's in the pocket? We all know what it is, right?
Come along, Holmes. Come along, come along.
It's a
How
finger,
many more
dude.
times
It's a
must I
finger.
tell you? You're missing a treat. This is delicious. Little jam tarts to follow. Aren't you tempted?
Pizza in the movie. It's Pikachu. I wish, Katie.
You and your flesh pots.
The loose prick the J-bomb.
They tell me that
The
fish
ultimate
is
clue.
good for the brains.
Brains haven't any. You realize that a whole day and a night have gone by since that bestial affair in Edgware Road? I'm as much in the dark as ever.
Hello, here comes a client, unless I'm very much mistaken.
Is she fine, Dr. Watson? Obviously.
Well, attractive. Very attractive.
God damn it. Everything we say comes true in this movie. That means Katie's definitely right.
Obviously, she left home under the stress of some very great emotion.
How do you know that?
She isn't wearing any gloves. A startling omission in a young lady of fashion.
Oh, she didn't put her coat on. Open car, too.
How could you have an open car in London? Wouldn't that just be raining all the
There's
time?
something in that bag she wants to show me.
What makes you say that?
The bag doesn't match her dress, indicating it was picked for size rather than style.
Oh my God.
Accommodate some bulky object.
You amaze me, Holmes.
What I meant, my dear fellow.
Holmes is too strong, dude.
Well, that's interesting.
What is?
A cab, turning at the empty house. I wonder why he followed her here.
Oh, wouldn't you?
Quite possibly with glasses.
They're right enough, Watson. Enough misogyny. Ooh. A little bit shady. Get the fucking number, dude. Buffus is here. While I do truly feel the need for you to Vencabot the situation, I must retire for the night and get some rest. Yeah, rest well, Buffus.
It's a young lady, sir.
Sleep, my
Most
champion
urgent.
bloke.
Ask her to come in.
Good
Rest well,
idea,
Buffus.
miss.
Thanks for coming by, man. Peace out. Glad you could stop by and say
Mr.
hi.
Holmes?
Yes, this is my friend, Dr. Watson.
How do you
How do you
do?
do? Mr. Holmes, you must excuse me, please.
Yes, well, won't you sit down?
Come along.
May I?
Can anybody just knock on Sherlock Holmes'
Quite
door?
all right. Thank you.
Look at this man's robe. Looking mad comfortable right now.
Now try to control yourself, Miss Fenwick. You're with friends.
You know my name?
No magic, I assure you. I've often seen your picture. You're the daughter of Sir George Fenwick, aren't you?
Yes. It's about my father that
What about your father, Miss Fenwick?
Oh, I don't know what to do. He's always been the nicest, dearest person. Only since Mother died.
Yes, we know.
He's gone nuts.
So I didn't think anything of it when he was away all night before last. But he
Look at her
didn't come home
eyelashes.
until yesterday at tea time. Didn't come in for dinner at all. Just paced up and down in the library hour after hour.
Juggling
I
fingers.
begged him to let me in, but he wouldn't.
Steady, steady. Now take your time.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night. Then I started hearing things.
Hearing things? What sort of things?
I heard someone in the garden underneath my window. Then I saw a figure moving
Cool.
down the garden path. And I recognized my father. Stealing through his own garden like a thief.
Like a tomato thief?
He had a spade in his hand. And he stopped by the greenhouse where he started to dig.
Plant a finger tree.
This morning, At daybreak, I stole out into the garden and I found this.
What'd you find, girl? Oh, Lord. Don't be fingers in there.
A finger.
Oh, my.
A human finger.
Bring up Scotland Yard, will you, Watson? Ask them to get hold of Inspector Gregson and tell him to meet us at once at George Finnick's house, Kingston.
Operator, get me Scotland Yard quick.
Jesus Christ. And now I retire, being the only sole survivor since my mother died at tea time. That's all, Rufus.
Thank you. We'll see him right away.
Rest in peace.
Will you come with me, please?
Thank you.
I got your message, Mr.
What kind of pizza are you guys munching on? I'm munching on pepperoni pizza, the classics. Isn't it, Bopus?
Dad, may I come in?
It's so beautiful, this film.
Dad. It's funny. He doesn't answer.
You mind?
Please do.
Thank you. Watson, quick.
Oh,
Come along,
no,
my dear.
no, no.
Take charge,
Oh,
Miss Finnick.
my God.
Please, please come along with me.
Oh, no.
Dead?
But how? Took his own life out of guilt?
What do you make of it, Doctor?
Shot in the back between the second and third ribs.
Oh, shit.
The bullet undoubtedly had penetrated the heart. Look at the powder marks on his coat.
I was afraid of this.
What do you mean?
Don't you remember the man in the cab who followed Miss Finnick to Baker Street?
Well, you don't think he had anything to do with it, do
I
you?
think it's reasonable to assume that he tipped off someone that I'd been sent for. Sir George has obviously been murdered to keep him from telling me what he knew. What was the weapon used?
Conspiracy.
Small caliber revolver, point blank range by the look of the wound.
The murderer came in through those French windows. The mud from the garden he brought in his boots.
What a
George
savage.
must have surprised the intruder. Passed the room to him here. What follows, we can't tell. But from the location of the wound, I'd say that he turned his back for a moment, and as he turned,
Detective vision,
the
guys.
muzzle of the revolver was placed between his ribs and one muffled shot fired.
And you mean to say he kept on going, even after he was shot?
There's no doubt about it. Look there.
Point blank,
Trail
Bopus.
of blood leads us back to the desk.
The classic arcade game.
Something Sir
My
George
favorite.
was after. Something.
I know. He was trying to summon help, poor chap.
I don't think so, Watson. There's the bell pull by the fireplace. No, you'll notice from the trail of blood that Sir George made straight for this desk here. I wonder, there was something he was desperately anxious to get. Hello.
What if it's a band-aid
His
there?
right hand's clenched.
That's perfectly natural. Death agony.
The left hand lies open. Why only one hand clenched in the death agony? The right hand, the hand nearest the desk. Please note that.
Pry it open. What's he got?
George took something off this desk. Something so important that he spilled his last drop of blood to get it. I want to know what it is.
Oh, my Lord. That's dark. Oh, the matchbox he collects.
Nothing but an ordinary match folder.
Where does that lead us?
I imagine to something very important, Gregson. This match folder's from Pembroke House.
Why shouldn't it be? He was there, you know. We saw him yesterday.
Yes, but the effort he made after he was shot to get hold of this match folder. It's just possible.
It's a clue.
He wanted someone to remember Pembroke House. He may have wished to recall it to someone who saw him there. Someone who, like ourselves, saw him with a woman.
Oh, we'll call it the lady, dude. Where's she at? I'm telling you guys, it's 1940s, man. In these films, women are always out to get you. One thing I've noticed, we do Pete the Movie here once in a while, guys. It's not our first time doing this. We've done probably more than 60 of these films now. And one thing of these 40s and 30s films is this trend that women are always out to get
Dr.
you.
Watson, this came by hand for Mr. Holmes not 10 minutes ago.
Never trust a lady.
That would be the report from Sir George's bank.
Report from Sir George? Oh, really?
Don't you remember his daughter told us that he'd just closed his account? Had it looked into at once.
Katie, be that as it may, doesn't justify
He drew out his entire balance
calling all
in cash.
womankind out in Hollywood.
£10,000 yesterday, just after that young woman was murdered. What does that suggest to you,
He
Watson?
says, yes, we are quite
Paid it up
fiendish.
someone.
Precisely. I smell the faint
That's why men
sweet
love
odor of
women.
blackmail.
You don't think he paid it out to someone who saw him murder the McLean woman?
Sir George never murdered anyone.
But he did have that woman's finger, and he evidently did have and pay out a lot of cash.
That's the terrifying part about blackmail, Watson. The victim is afraid to fight the accusation, no matter how false. Once the accusation is made, his name is smeared, and sometimes his life is ruined.
Well,
the lighting is
George didn't commit these murders. What fiend did?
I rather think they're not the work of any one man.
Oh, come, Holmes. You don't expect me to believe there's a whole organization going about killing people and chopping off their fingers.
No, it's possible, quite possible.
Well, whoever's behind all this thing must be out of his mind.
On the contrary, my dear fellow, if my assumptions are correct, this little scheme has behind it the most brilliant and ruthless intellect the world has ever known.
You don't mean Professor Moriarty?
I do.
Dude, he's dead for
Steady,
sure.
Holmes, you've got him on the brain. This is the third time in as many months you've suspected him of unsolved crimes. He's dead, you know.
Is he?
Is he? You know he is. He was hanged in Montevideo, well, over a year ago.
I know that someone was hanged in Montevideo under that name. But I'll
Yeah, Moriarty, dude. This guy dies and dies and he dies.
Alive and here, now in London.
Oh, man. Oh, come home.
Hello? Yes, but Dr. Watson, wait a minute.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, these old films, you watch them, you're like, maybe I should start smoking.
Oh, yes? This is Dr. Watson speaking. No,
I want to be classy and black and white.
I don't practice anymore. What? Oh, that's a different thing. An emergency case.
Ooh.
Well, just a minute.
I'll chase your dick.
Yes?
Moriarty's Dick Tracy?
She's not moved.
Katie, it'd be
Remember
impossible
that?
to kill Dick Tracy.
Don't touch it till I get there.
Can you imagine how funny that would be? Because Dick Tracy's so
Practice
fucking
in
dumb,
Ricardo's
and Morty's so
news.
smart, but it
Heavy
doesn't
woman.
matter.
14 stone.
That'd be a great comedy series.
14 stone. Just the sort of person who would hoist herself up on a stool to feed the canary. There ought to be a law against fat people keeping little dicky birds. Well,
whoa!
So long, old man. I shan't be very long. Haven't used that bag since I brought little Amelia. What's her name in the world? She grew up to be a very unattractive child.
What's the little drawing on the wall?
A name like Amelia. Amelia.
Yo, E, do you hear this dude?
Amelia.
He's trying to propose some radical new legislature. That's what I'm saying, Katie.
People so stupid about it.
Yeah, both of us are making a love connection in the chat right now. Straight goo-goo-eyeing each other. At the Pembroke Hotel, where the hell they were. Oh, what the? Oh, is that Moriarty? Isn't that him? He's just coming straight to this dude's crib? Oh, that cool-ass shadow. The lighting of these movies is ridiculous. He knew he was coming. That's the guy that went to the guy's hotel room the other day, right? Or he followed the guy to the woman's house. Is that Moriarty now? The new actor?
Oh, Professor Moriarty. Not that I wish to appear inquisitive, but to what am I indebted for the pleasure of this visit? Scotland Yard will be interested.
It's very convenient for me to have Scotland Yard think that I'm still dead in Montevideo. I never dreamed of fooling you.
Thank you.
The thought occurs to me, Mr. Holmes, that there are some advantages in living within the law. You are very comfortably fixed here, aren't you? As I get on in life, the little comforts appeal to me more and more.
Oh, I beg your
I
pardon.
like that
Won't you
this
sit
guy a little
down?
bit more as Moriarty.
Thank you.
The mystery of the thrown hands. Wow.
And now, Professor Moriarty, what can I do for you?
Shorted.
Everything that I have to say to you has already crossed your mind.
And my answer has no doubt crossed yours.
That's final?
What do you think? I shall not rest until you are hanged for the finger murders.
You've no proof, you know.
He's not guilty,
Not
dude.
a shred. But I have you. I could turn you over to the police here and now.
You could. But if you did, you'd never see Dr. Watson again.
What?
Oh, the telephone call. Quite.
Quite.
I rather assumed you had taken some such precaution. Or I should have snatched up a revolver and indulged in a fit of heroics when you came in.
Very smart, aren't you?
Not smart enough. Or I should have anticipated you. But if any harm comes to Dr. Watson, I shall seek you out. I shall not rest until I find you, and when I do...
No harm will come to Dr. Watson this time. But I can't answer for the future. Mr. Holmes, I should strongly advise you to drop this case.
Don't be silly.
Think it over. We've had many encounters in the past. You hope to place me on the gallows. I tell you, I shall never stand up on the gallows. But if you are instrumental in any way in bringing about my destruction, you will not be alive to enjoy your satisfaction.
And we shall walk together through the gates of eternity, hand in hand.
What a charming picture
Yeah,
that would
original
make.
This would
Joker
be.
and Batman.
I really think it might be worth it.
Just kiss. Was it fat you? Whoa, he's quick.
Comes up here. And strong enough to hang yourself.
How many more times must I tell you I don't want your filthy shoelaces or your company?
Shoelaces, Governor?
Blasted impertinence. Run along, my good man, or I'll give you in charge.
Shoelaces, Governor? Shoelaces, Governor? Help a poor bloke. What's only got one arm? Any luck with Mr. Holmes?
You can read his obituary in tomorrow's papers.
Easy aim. Rest in peace, Sherlock. Crap it, Holmes. Tominaga gonna give you the feet if you don't. Might have. One more, fat you.
There you are, Watson. Come in.
Give me fill both.
I was just going out to look for you.
Look for me what for? Suppose you don't think I know my way about. Well, you're right, I don't. Blast all practical jokers anyhow. Know where I've been?
On a wild goose chase.
Exactly. There's no such number in McCardle's Muse. Some fool's idea of a joke.
Did you see anyone?
No, nobody especially. Only a whining old idiot selling bootlaces.
Persistent beggar, wasn't he? Stuck to you like grim death.
How do you know?
And finally left you for someone who looked like better pickings. Someone, my dear Watson, was Professor Moriarty himself.
Oh, my God.
Just called on me.
Moriarty here and you let him go? But you must be out of your mind. Why?
Well, he bluffed me into believing that he was holding a friend of mine as hostage.
Friend of yours who?
Oh, nobody very important, just a fat, lazy fellow. Medical man, I believe.
Medical man? Do I know him?
Yes, I think you do. A fellow by the name of Watson.
Watson, never heard. Who, me?
I'm afraid so, old fellow. Your street hawker's job was to do away with you in a certain contingency.
And you let Moriarty go? Because of me?
I had no choice. I can't afford to lose you, old fellow.
Aww.
A decent of the old chap, I must say, but... well, I wish you'd nabbed him.
We shall, never fear. I know the motive for the finger murders. All I have to find out now is the method used with the blackmail victims.
Method?
Yes. How does Moriarty get them to the scene of the crime? How does he plant those severed fingers on them? And how does he scare them into believing that,
Katie knows.
they may have committed those atrocious murders themselves? Curious. Very curious.
Let me check the window, guys.
Curious? What's curious?
That window in the empty house across the street. First floor front.
Well, what's wrong with it?
It's open.
Why shouldn't it be open?
Well, it wasn't open half an hour ago. I'll stake my life on that.
Oh. It's not our business. Let it stay open.
I wonder if you'd go over, old fellow, and see what's the matter.
Trespassing. It's against the law.
Very well, I'll go myself.
Oh, well, if you're going to put it like that, ridiculous waste of time. Going about shutting windows at this hour of the night.
Yeah, you better take this torch.
Well, take what...
Got a flashlight.
Dignified job for a doctor. Dr. Watson, the torchbearer. And what do you propose to do? Sit in a comfortable chair, I suppose, and read a good book?
That's a very good idea.
Yes, very good idea. While I play night watchman, you have a nice read.
Good night. Have a good time.
I love the fucking interplay, dude. I love all these performances and all the actors. It's so good. It's so English, dude. Wasn't it great, J-Bob? Oh my fucking god. That actually jump scared me. Shout out to 1946, guys.
What on earth is for?
Exposing me 80 years later. For the coward that I am.
Umbrella stand. Pretty little thing to keep about the house. Must have been a pet.
Jesus. "46 guys. I can't stress enough how great this film looks. Yeah, shout out to the restoration, shout out to the fucking lighting engineers. It's so dramatic. He's a mental genius, Katie. Shit. That'd be Sherlock. Where's the heater, Watson? You know this boy don't fuck with that shit. This boy don't play games with the fucking the revolver.
Well, he sits comfortably reading a book.
That ain't him, dude. He's got a lightsaber? Got a fishing pole? Oh, rest in peace.
He killed Holmes! He killed Sherlock!
Watson.
You? But I saw him shoot you a second ago.
Not me, my dear fellow. Merely the bust of Julius Caesar. Incidentally,
Yeah, rest in peace, Caesar.
that, all through the ages, prominent men have prominent noses.
Oh my god, you ain't that a fact? Oh my god.
Oh, I'm afraid we're in for terrible trouble again with Mrs. Hudson. Windows smashed, plaster all over the floor. Get up, you.
Corporal Williams, Middlesex Regiment. Discharged from the army as physically
Yeah, I got
unfit.
fat you. Rest in peace.
Papers seem in order.
Now, Corporal Williams, you've seen service in the Far East, haven't you?
The East?
I thought so. Look at his complexion, Watson. Yellow as saffron. He's been taking atabrine. Cure for malaria. Sniper, aren't you?
Sniper.
Hmm. Why did you try to kill me?
I had to kill him. I had to.
Oh, snap out of it.
Stop it, Watson.
He's shamming.
No, he isn't. Who told you to kill me?
She told me.
She told you?
The woman in green, dude.
She told me. I couldn't miss.
Well, luckily you did miss, you murderer.
He isn't a murderer, Watson. Listen, Corporal Williams. She told you you had to do it, didn't she?
I had to do it.
Guns don't kill people, guys.
Got what?
And people don't kill people.
Murders.
Well, what is it?
People that
Hypnotism,
tell
my dear
people to
fellow,
kill people with
hypnotism.
guns kill people.
It wasn't against
With
his nature,
hypnosis,
that's the devilish part of it. They picked a man for their purpose whose job
Apples, you better stop.
sniping. Who are they?
Don't be hypnotizing people and
There's
killing other
somebody
people.
out in his finger murderers.
And loose bricks as well, yeah,
He
about
spoke
me, right?
of a woman. I think you'll find that she asked him home tonight for a drink. Nice quiet rooms, soft lights, music.
You've got it all pat, Mr. Holmes. What's the lady look like?
Up 30, nice figure, blonde, lustrous eyes.
Oh, really? Got a phone number?
Can't even make the jokes fast enough. The film always beats you to it.
Williams will give us her address. Look after him, Gregson. Don't let anyone come near him. He's our key witness in the finger murders.
Well, I hope you're guessing right, Mr. Holmes.
Get up,
Shut
Williams.
up. Who are you talking to? Can you imagine being Sherlock Holmes?
No.
How annoying it would be.
Go with Inspector Gregson anyway.
Have some inspector be like, well, I hope you're right. Like, motherfucker, I'm Sherlock Holmes. Right? Just do as I say. Follow my commands.
Ring me as soon as he comes to himself, will you?
I will. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
What's the DeviantArt on the wall?
Well, if you believe that fellow Williams was hypnotized, I suppose you think Sir George Fenwick was hypnotized too.
Yes, I'm quite sure of it. Have a cup of tea?
He doesn't guess
That's
apples, you're
nothing
right.
to eat. Well, why didn't these
He
people
makes
make Sir
reeds.
George do the murder himself?
Because they
That's
didn't want
that
to get
Yeoman.
hanged. They wanted to blackmail him.
Well, who do you think the actual murderer is?
One of Moriarty's gang. A diabolically simple technique. Kill a woman.
Yes, but why cut off the fingers?
My dear fellow, don't you understand? The severed finger is what links the blackmail victim to the murder. He wakes, finds the grisly thing in his pocket. Doesn't know how it got there. He's no idea that he's been hypnotized. For all he knows, he may have committed the atrocious crime during some dreadful lapse of sanity.
In that state, when he's utterly demoralized, the blackmailers take over. Is that it?
Undoubtedly. You see, they swear that they saw him commit the murder. And being human, the victim will pay anything rather than stand trial on a charge that will make his very name loathsome.
Oh, it all fits in if you believe in hypnotism.
The only possible explanation.
You think the hypnotist is that woman with the blonde hair, the lustrous eyes, the woman you invented?
I didn't invent her. I saw her.
Watson, who are you
that
talking
woman, my dear Watson, was with Sir George when he left Pembroke House. I saw her there. I shall see her again, and Williams will lead me to her. That's why it's so important to keep him safe. He will identify her.
How are you gonna not get hypnotized, bro? That's what I'd be concerned about.
Hello? Yes? Inspector Gregson? What? Well, get every constable in the district.
Guys.
Yes, I'll be over at once.
Make me think
What's
too
happened,
much.
Holmes? Williams is missing.
Great Scott!
Come
If
on.
Sherlock Holmes played threat, who would he play as?
Lorry crashed into Gregson's car. During the confusion, Williams disappeared.
Escaped, eh?
No, kidnapped. To keep him from talking when he came to.
You don't
I
think
guess
that Moriarty...
Dudley.
Moriarty?
Katie says Ewan.
Anything is possible.
I'm thinking Dudley because he would always guess right on your wake up.
Williams!
He's here.
Dead. You see? Anything is possible.
What? In fact, you remember say Q. He'll play a flawless Q. Maybe you're right. They have the same coat. You're right, J-Bomb. Well, there goes their witness.
Oh, good morning, Professor Moriarty. You startled me. I'm dressing another dolly. A dear little nurse.
Who the hell is this?
Is there anything wrong with your finger?
Just a splinter.
Nasty thing, splinters. Most trying. One can't be too careful. But I'll get it out for you. I have the very instrument to help you.
Was he like Evil Watson? Nega
Sharp
Watson?
enough to split a hair.
Put those tools away until they're needed.
But they're not tools, sir. They're instruments.
Put them away. Is Lydia in?
Yes. But really, you should let me.
Lydia he's looking for.
Get dressed.
Yeah, more differently a chun player.
Holmes and Watson just left Baker Street for the Mesmer Club.
Mesmer Club, the meeting place of all the top hypnotists in London. Do you suppose that Mr. Holmes is onto our method?
If he suspects, it's merely a suspicion. It's our business to see that it ends there.
No way, he knows.
Williams passed away before he could talk, remember?
What do you want me to do?
Go to the Mesmer Club, meet Holmes, and induce him to come back here.
Isn't that a bit dangerous?
Every meeting with Sherlock Holmes is potentially dangerous.
I love this
Whatever
guy
you
more.
say, he didn't see your face at Pembroke House.
And how would you suggest I
No,
get
Watson
Mr.
would be a
Holmes to
bad
accompany
Ken.
me?
Watson would be an online Ken for sure.
Kidnap him?
Oh, no. Holmes has one weakness.
Brute force.
His insatiable curiosity. If you can arouse that, you can lead him anywhere. It's up to you to take advantage of any opportunity that may arise.
I think she's Eve Amber,
This way,
Katie.
please, gentlemen. I'll
She's
tell
evil.
Dr. Onslow that you're here.
Thank you.
So this is the Mesmer Club.
Sorry, guys. Give it a second. Fucking hard drive stopped spinning.
If you ask me, hypnotism is a lot of mumbo-jumbo.
Oh, come now, Watson. As a medical man, you must admit that hypnotism has its place in modern science.
That may be, but 90% of hypnotists are crooks of the worst kind. Nothing more than a lot of charlatans exploiting weak-willed morons.
Ah, Dr. Onslow, I believe.
At the Mesmer
Happy to
Club
meet
right
you,
now,
Mr.
talking all that
Holmes.
shit.
Your brother Mycroft suggested I might be of help to you. He's a valued member of our little group of charlatans and crooks.
Oh, beg your pardon, sir. I didn't know you were listening. Behind the curtain.
My friend, Dr. Watson.
Oh, delighted.
How do you do?
I wonder now. You see, we're in the midst of a little experimental session at this very moment. If you'd care to join us.
Oh, certainly.
That'd be very instructive.
Oh, well, will you follow me?
Thank you.
Not you too, Apples. Trying to sound like Nero.
But today, the therapeutic value of hypnotism, as we now call it, is conceded by innumerable physicians. Especially is it of value in surgical cases where the administration of local or of general anesthetic is inadvisable.
Inadvisable poppycock. Oh, sorry.
For the sake of latecomers, I may say that I
I
have
love
placed
Watson.
this subject under profound hypnosis. In this condition, he can feel no pain, even under applications which normally would be excruciating.
Like what?
Excruciating.
You excuse me, please.
Yeah, beat his ass now?
Carter,
Always
you are having a
guessing.
peaceful
Always
sleep.
wrong.
You feel nothing. Your arms and your hands are without sensation. Mowbray, the long needle.
No. There's no better way to demonstrate this than fucking do a grisly fucking
Carter, give me your
torture
right
porn with this
hand.
dude. Don't look, guys.
As you observe, the needle has been thrust completely through the subject's hand. No feeling, no pain. This lack of feeling is the one infallible test of profound hypnosis.
Nonsense. Fellow's full of drugs. Oh, isn't he?
Definitely not, Doctor.
Are you sure about that?
Wake up, Carter, wake up. You feel well and rested, remember. No pain anywhere. Wake up, wake up.
When we woke up and he was like, ah!
I say, when are you going to begin?
All through, Carter. Stand up.
This way, sir.
And are these all the people that come here?
Oh, no. Others keep dropping in all the time.
I suppose it's all right for those who believe in it, but of course, I'm a professional man myself.
Then you don't believe in hypnotism, Dr. Watson?
Oh, I don't deny that there are certain types of hysterical, feeble-minded people who go under if you point your finger at them. But anyone with an ounce of character...
How right you are. You see right through our little artifices, don't you, Doctor?
Right through, my dear sir. Right through.
Quite so. But with the feeble-minded, as you say... excuse us, Mr. Holmes.
Certainly.
Step over here, won't you?
Certainly, sir. Anything to oblige.
Gotta buy this dude?
Let me show you how
Make him whip
easily
his dick out on
we
stage?
charlatans take advantage of them. Now, sit down, Doctor.
That is consent, guys? That
Now, we set a thing like this in motion. It's wonderful, the attraction on the feeble-minded, of course. The continuous motion, if they just let themselves follow it.
this is why video games are so popular,
course,
guys.
You could stare at it till doomsday, Dr. Watson, with no effect at all. Still, it might make you a little drowsy, like the white ribbon of road at night when you're driving. The rhythm is smooth, unbroken,
Oh my god.
and the road goes on and on, round and round, always the same, winding and winding. And you're drowsy, you're tired.
This was
Let the
Katie
road
and Mutant
come
last night.
into you,
Or the night before last
as
night,
it
playing Third Strike all night.
The long road.
3X is the long road, guys.
Smooth road. The road to sleep. Sleep.
Nice.
Open your eyes. Stand up.
Got him.
Turn around.
Didn't even ask for his permission, guys. Just hypnotizing people.
Now,
out here.
Dr. Watson, you're on a holiday in Scotland. The country is amazingly beautiful. We're coming to a stream. It isn't deep. Better take your shoes and socks off.
Such great acting in this movie. Watson right now, that guy who thinks he's nice at 3S, and some dude's just buying him a 12.
Roll up your trouser. That will do. The other leg is waterproof. Turn around.
The acting is so good.
Mind the pebbles.
Mind the pebbles.
Sit down.
She looks like somebody.
Wake up now.
What happened?
I see. What I tell you, it didn't work with me. Why, nobody with an ounce of character.
Got
I
him.
think you'll need these.
Got him. You big dummy. You got mind raped, you goofball.
Woman you're looking for?
Yes, I'm going to meet her.
Easy.
Perhaps I can induce her to take me to Moriarty.
Do you think it's wise, Holmes?
May not be wise, but it's essential. After all, I've held me on with Moriarty in the past.
But isn't it dangerous? She might be a hypnotist.
If my will isn't stronger than hers, I deserve to be hypnotized.
I feel I must protest, Dr. Onslow. I was told this was a gathering of serious students of a great science, and I find myself in a company of buffoons.
Oh, my dear madam.
Elliots and Esdale Braid. Were those men martyrs for the truth, that you may laugh over your childish, cruel tricks?
I must say I'm in complete agreement with you, madam.
That's what I'm saying.
This was most unnecessary performance, Dr. Onslow.
Beg your pardon, sir.
My name is Holmes.
Call this man
Sherlock
out.
Holmes. At your service, madam.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. I'm afraid I've created a rather embarrassing situation. But you see, I'm interested in the serious study of hypnotism.
So am I, too.
Perhaps we have something in common, Mr. Holmes.
Perhaps we have. Would you join me for a cocktail at Pembroke House?
I should be delighted.
Good.
Wow. Wow. Promiscuous hypnotist. Hypnotist girl. Sorry, guys. Shall we fuck then?
I didn't know there was such a pleasant
They wouldn't say
place
that,
in
Katie.
London. It was so nice of you to
They would say
suggest our
bugger.
coming here.
I thought a little pick-me-up would do us good.
You mean you thought I looked...
I like the way you look.
Thank you. I suppose I did lose my head a little at the Mesmer Club.
Shaggy, right?
But you see, hypnotism is almost a religion with me. I know so well what it can do to help, heal. And I can't bear to see it used for trivial purposes.
I know very little about it. That's why I went
Murder
to the
and
Mesmer
finger
Club.
theft?
You see, I'm rather puzzled just now with the case that I'm working on.
How fascinating. Tell me about it.
It's the murder of Sir George Fenwick.
Fenwick? Who's he?
Quite a well-known figure. Odd now I come to think of it. Last time I saw Sir George was here at Pembroke House.
Strange.
Yes, isn't it?
She has a great voice.
He was sitting, I believe he was sitting at this very table.
She should do asthma streams.
Cigarette?
Thanks. Do go on.
There was a charming lady with him. He was lighting a cigarette.
Oh, my God.
Charming. Did you see her face?
No worse luck.
But I saw her
Getting
ass.
back.
How unenterprising of you.
Yes, wasn't it? Afraid I'm getting a little older.
I shouldn't say so.
That's nice of you. Still, the first time in my life, I've got hold of a case that's beyond me. I'm actually losing sleep over it.
You know, Mr. Holmes, I believe I could help you.
Really? I should be very grateful.
You're amused.
No, merely skeptical. How would you go about it?
I've used hypnotism more than once in healing. Not for profit. I'm not a professional. But I do think I could help you. If you'd care to...
I can't think of a pleasanter experience.
Pleasanter? Is that even a word? Come on, Holmes. Come on, Holmes. I don't remember Sherlock being this much of a poonhound in the books. Like, dude, he's out here getting shit done, J-Bomb, right? Get your mind out of the gutter.
No lights, music, is that all there is to it?
He's weaponizing his masculine mystique.
I'm afraid you're a rather difficult subject. So I thought perhaps a little help.
Opium?
Materia medica might be advisable.
Drugs? No, I'd rather not if you don't mind.
As a matter of fact, I'd rather not myself. But Schrenk-Notzing he practiced in Munich, you know. Believed it the best means for difficult subjects. Do you mind?
Well, as a matter of fact, I don't approve of sedatives.
Just as you wish. We don't have to go on with this at all, you know.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, my. Don't mind if I do.
All right. I'll take a chance.
It's really quite harmless.
What is it?
Cannabis japonica, an oriental soporific. You'll need water.
Hang on, one more time.
Thank you.
The devil's lettuce, J-Bomb. In pill form.
You'll feel yourself growing drowsy. Don't fight it. Give in to it. Because you do want to sleep, you know. Just fix your eyes on this one white flower, floating on the water. Empty your mind of every other thought. Follow the motion of the water.
Look at her eyebrows, dude.
So smooth.
Look like the fucking McDonald's logo, dude.
Waters of forgetfulness. Steady. Deep.
Got two reflections, bro.
Strong.
Kitty, please, let her live. Right? Now you make me feel bad.
How the light is reflected. Little specks of light that move and move.
This is before that video games is what they used to do back in the day. Little specks of light moving. Here. Health bars diminishing.
It's peaceful. It's friendly. And you're very close to finding what you're looking for. You'll find them soon now.
You ain't kidding,
guilty ones. When you're rested, gentle waters closing over you. Steady.
That's so cool.
Deep. Strong. Drawing you down.
I'm a third strike for sure.
Down. Down.
Is that Basil Holmes? The friend says here, this must be a Sherlock for the chitlins.
Sleep.
He started to fall asleep.
Sleep.
What if the theater people are falling asleep back in the day, dude? He's in the sunken place, Katie. What was in that pill? Got him. Okay, now what? Why don't they just kill this dude? The fucking homies just waiting back there to start operating? Oh my god. She's an oral main for sure, Katie. For sure, Brian.
Here he is, Professor Moriarty. Stand up, Mr. Holmes.
He's faking it, dude.
Open your eyes.
He's got earplugs in or something.
Face this way. Are you satisfied?
We are dealing with a clever man. He may be shamming.
Shamming.
There's just one infallible test
Chamois.
for profound hypnosis.
Oh, the pain test?
You ready, Dr. Simnel?
Oh, this guy's an evil Watson, dude. He's Dark Watson.
That will do, Doctor. He couldn't fake insensibility to the knife. I congratulate you, Lydia.
How did he
Turn
do it, you
round,
guys
Mr.
think?
Holmes. Now walk to the desk.
Maybe he took a pill to make himself numb or something?
Sit down. Take that pen and write what I tell you to write. I have at last found a case which I cannot solve.
They even got to look at the paper, dude. Touch typing.
I have outlived my usefulness.
He's gonna kill himself.
Therefore, I have decided to end my life.
Oh, man. Come on, Sherlock. There's more to live for than just solving cases, you know.
Sign your name.
Start doing opium.
Now blot it. Fold it up.
Blot it? What does blot it mean?
Put it in your pocket.
So it doesn't smear or something?
Come,
Some
Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
pen tech I don't know about?
Go out onto the terrace.
But it won't look like suicide, sir.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Holmes' injuries must all be self-inflicted. Let's walk a little, Mr. Holmes.
Oh my God,
It's so
Sherlock.
pleasant here in the garden.
The loose brick!
Just step up here onto the terrace. It's a nice, broad terrace. Now turn to the left and walk slowly to the end of the terrace.
Turn to the left. Turn to the right. A loose brick! Guys, I know a clue when I see one.
Don't stop. You must walk to the end, you know.
Side to the left, side to the right.
The end leads to an open doorway. You can pass through it in perfect safety. In the room beyond the doorway, you'll find what you've been looking for.
Must you drag this on?
This is the moment I've been anticipating for a long time, my dear. Go on, Mr. Holmes. Through the open doorway, you will find the man responsible for the finger murders and the death of Sir George Fenwick. Professor Moriarty.
Holmes! Stand still.
What a beautiful view, Watson. I'm quite enjoying it.
No, you're not. You're hypnotized. You're under a spell. Stand still. Don't move. Steady, Holmes. Steady does it. Stand perfectly still where you are.
Nonsense, Watson.
You don't know what you're doing.
Of course I know what I'm doing.
You mean you're not hypnotized?
Certainly not.
Then get off the wall, you idiot. Oh, look out! Holmes!
Dear fellow.
What were you doing up there?
Holding the fort until you arrived. What kept you?
Well, I ran into a spot of trouble on my way to Scotland Yard. I was arrested for exceeding the speed limit.
Your luck seems to hold, Mr. Holmes.
I'd hardly call it luck, Professor. You see, I substituted a drug of my own for the one that this dear lady pressed on me.
You are clever, aren't you?
A drug that, although it leaves the subject conscious, renders him quite insensitive to pain. That accounted for my lack of reaction to Dr. Simnel's knife. Well, Gregson, quite an impressive haul. Even Inspector Lestrade himself couldn't have done any better.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes.
Take him away.
All right, put her in the van.
I was right, Mr. Holmes. You are a difficult subject.
Thank you.
Dude, I would tell him that I hypnotized him anyway. That he'd
now,
find out in
Professor?
3 years' time what I hypnotized him
Our
to
score
do.
is settled. Au revoir until
That's
I
it,
see you
make
on the
him go
gallows.
nuts.
The rope has not been made that'll go around my neck.
Come on.
Whoa! Oh my God, Uncharted. No!
I'll take care of things, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Inspector.
That boy's dead again.
An evil man, Holmes, but what a horrible death.
Better than he deserved.
What do you
Rest in
think
peace.
of?
I'm thinking of all the women who can come and go in safety in the streets of London tonight.
Well, yeah.
Stars keep watch in their heavens.
Relative safely.
And in our own little way, we too, old friend, are privileged to watch over our city.
Long live the Queen. The end. That was Sherlock Holmes, The Woman in Green. Dude, that one sucked. Woman in Green, dude. The first one was way better. Before this, we watched Sherlock Holmes and the Secret Weapon. Man, that one had disguises. It had action and intrigue. This one, Katie had figured out from the word go. He was like, oh yeah, hypnotism, yeah. You're not giving, just lending. When you buy war-saving stamps and bonds on sale here. Yeah, that one had nothing going on, dude. It was an hour of fluff. You know, we had this woman, she's sexy, she hypnotizes guys, there you go. Guys getting killed, more ready to involved in some capacity. Total phone-in. Total phone-in. Let's not waste a beat, guys. Up next is the next film of our night. Let's check Wikipedia. Up next would be Pursuit to Algiers, except that we don't have that one. It's not public domain. This one's still copyrighted. Up next is Terror by Night. We have that one. Then the final film of the series, Dressed to Kill. We have that one as well. These are all public domain, guys. As a reminder, guys, this is the Sherlock Holmes film series from the 1940s. It was kind of like the 007 of its time. There was tons of them. There's 14 of them total. They're all listed here, going from 39 to 1946. So they made 2 films a year. That's wild. And you guys can see the names on stream. So I have it cropped. But yeah, we watched first watched the 4th film of the series. So the first one is Hound of the Baskervilles. Then The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Then Sherlock Holmes and the Voice of Terror, followed by Sherlock Holmes and the Secret Weapon. That's the 4th one. That's what we watched. Then we jumped ahead a whole bunch of movies. These ones are all copyrighted. We couldn't watch these ones. Watch them on your own time, guys. They're probably awesome. Jumped all the way ahead to the very end of the series with The Woman in Green. And up next is Pursuit to Algiers, but we're not going to watch that one because it's copyrighted still. Followed by Terror by Night, and we're going to watch that in about 5 minutes. And then Dressed to Kill, about an hour long each, guys. I'm going to wrap up tonight's stream after Dressed to Kill. But before that, it's Terror by Night. I'll see you guys very shortly with that. BRB. Good night, Remy. Remy got hypnotized. Early workday tomorrow. Good night. Yeah, good night, Remy. Kind of see how it'd be kind of hard to stay awake after watching that last movie. She's like, you're feeling very sleepy. So sleepy, oh my god. That'd be me if I was to hypnotize you guys. You guys are feeling so sleepy. You don't even know how sleepy you're feeling right now.
Like it's so.
We're actually transition, guys, to Terror by Night.
I don't think that's what she said.
I want to thank those who make the channel possible. You guys know who you are. People are supporting the channel through patreon.com/Vencabot and through Twitch.
Lore, dog.
I appreciate that profoundly. Thank you to John Hernandez, KD Alpha, Mark, Remy, Sin Theory, and Saltyface for being Black Knights on Patreon. Thank you to Ashley Lamuzera, Audrey Apples, Dick Zucker, Farhan Syed, Great Gamer UK, Hubie, Jordy Hargreaves, Max, Mike Linkle, Phoenix P, and Wade Local. Thank you to Brendan Williams, Chulak, Foul Mill, GK Lai, Good Vibe City, Juna Anand, Coolahan, Kyle Glass, Leon Madison, Mum Blues, Raging Arcade Machine, Ricardo Garcia, Souptastic, The Shen, Tony Bosher, and Toxic Vamp. Thank you to Benjamin J. Harkins, Karina D. Scott, Donka, Dapper Dons, Edward Kenneth Perez, Herb Durkin, Andre Cruz, Kaiju, Kenneth, and Lisa. Thank you to the Twitch subs as well. The Patreon's a way better way to support the channel financially speaking, because Twitch takes half of every sub, whereas Patreon takes like 18%. So definitely, if you guys want to help out, Patreon's a good way to save some money. Thank you to the Twitch subs in any case, there's still a huge help. Thank you to Big Nasty, eBuff the Chill, and Cruz, another 360, Ash, Lethal, Stuffy Muffin, Audrey Apples, Balls Deep, Bin Mighty, Blue Abs, Boltus, Stephus, Bones of Brother, Nero, FGC, Pookie Magic, Queen of Day, Acavius, Change Me, What the Fuck, Chumpet, Chula, Common Sense 8, CPU 3S, Crunchy Brown, Cut West 707, Dante Gameplay, Decoy Mendes, Dungeon Loops, Dick Zucker, DJ Daddy Wang, Dragonfly 246, Fat Shoe 17, First, Opus FPA, Brian XFPA, Eddie, FWNES Streamer, Garbage Jungle Style, Good Vibe City, Gerchman, Herb Durkin, Hubie, J-Bomb 1901, Kaiju is Dead, KD Alpha, Canon Black 3S, KG the Legend, K. Reich Jr., Locksound, Manawatts, Moist Ovakin, Mothman FGC, Mutant Experience, Neon Riot 4, Nicholas Jones, Nuke Pool 16, Nidus Templar, Osera from Mega Urian, Otaku Horndog, Overloaded Steve, Peter Steves, Praetor 51, Raging Mage Sage, Randomator, Randy Potato Gaming, Real Alpha Drum, Remy 0857, Roadkill 3S, Rockstage, Scary BC, Shiffer Star, Shown of Kadi the Shogun, Sin Theory, Strawberry Jam, Soccer Mom of Doom, Spife, Task Force Faust, 3 Venge, Try 4 for Holes, Yokobrain 3S, Zanzu, and Z Spectre Z. Billboard Camp Counselor Phil. Good place to lurk, Camp Counselor. We're watching some Sherlock Holmes films tonight. We just watched 2. We got 2 more to go. You're just in time for the start of the next film. Up next, guys, is Terror by Night, 1946.
No me queda turrón. Salió un papel. Mario! The powers of stars has restored to the castle.
If you guys speak Spanish, please go follow my friend Nacho. His actual new channel is Nacho Ugg, no PLS on the end. Twitch.tv/Nacho Ugg. Nacho UG. Really fun stream. I don't even speak Spanish, I enjoy his stream.